Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to EAW Presents Brews and Bruises with your host, the master of the microphone, Marty Speedman, and his co-host, the awesome one, Tim Herbert.
Gentlemen, and welcome to EAW Presents Brews and Bruises. I'm your host, Marty Speedman. We're coming live from the Ghost Bar in downtown Farmingdale, New York. Now I'm joined, as always, my cohort, the awesome one, Tim Herbert. How are you, Tim?
Marty, it's great to be back in the Ghost Bar. It's great to be back with you, Brews and Bruises. I've missed it.
It's been a while, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming back with a bang. We have a hell of a show for you. It's actually a hardcore edition of Brews and Bruises, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be action-packed tonight. Our spotlight wrestler of the night, the man that originated chugging beer in the ring. We're not talking about Austin 316, ladies and gentlemen. This man was smoking cigarettes and drinking beer long before Austin 316. None other than the man known as the Sandman, ladies and gentlemen. Take it away, Sandman.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've
EAW, Extreme Annihilation Wrestling, baby. Coming to Long Island, New York. If you got the Sandman cutting a promo for you, you might as well be as extreme as they could possibly get. EAW. Also listen to this show, Brews and Bruises. I don't know where the hell you're going to listen to it, but they're telling me to say it. Hey, and Marty Speedman, watch your ass, dude. I got a cane that's got your name written all over it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was a hell of a message from the Sandman. You know, he was really an innovator, that man. You know, he brought the character, the Sandman, to life, where at that point, it was unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. You know, Timbo, do you have a favorite Sandman match?
I do, Marty. My favorite Sandman match it's him versus Cactus Jack at the ECW Arena. It was a Texas death match that Mick Foley actually knocked out Sandman very early on in the match, and every time Cactus Jack pinned him, he wouldn't stay down for the 10 count for the Texas death match.
That was a hell of a match. I do remember that one. That was unbelievable. Yeah, it was brutal, that match. It was crazy.
Yeah, Mick Foley, Cactus Jack was pretty much trying to knock him out even further so he would just stay down.
Well, that's what happened back then. I mean, It was like, especially Cactus Jack back in the day was unbelievably brutal, and put him against someone like the Sandman. I mean, he elevated that match to the next level, ladies and gentlemen. It was unbelievable. You know, I mean, classic Sandman match. My favorite, though, I'll have to differ a little bit here, and I'm going to go with actually the culmination of the Sandman versus Raven. That whole storyline where they brought, Beulah McGillicuddy in and the Sandman's son and it was unbelievable the way they did that match. It was crazy.
That was a work of art.
That truly was classic wrestling, ladies and gentlemen.
You're wrong, Marty. That was classic hardcore wrestling.
Thank you! And only putting on classic hardcore wrestling, here's a classic Sandman match from his time in XPW, ladies and gentlemen. Take it away!
Here we go, we're in our main event of Ballpark Brawl 5! We've got Sabu and Sandman, but we've also got hardcore legend Mick Foley joining us for color commentary.
I'm just saying, safe to say, you're very familiar with all of these gentlemen in the ring.
Very familiar. Looks like the boys are off to a fast start. I got to tell you, I don't usually plead with the wrestlers, but before the match, I pleaded with Sandman. Please, give us the quick entrance tonight. And Sandman said, no way. They get the 5-minute, 20-second entrance because the fans at Buffalo deserve the best.
Now Sabu stomping on Sandman, whose forehead is already busted open for those beer can shots he gave himself. Now thinking Sabu right into the steel barrier.
A guy like Sandman needs to be woken up. That type of punishment does not harm him. It just serves to rile him up, fire him up, so he can put the best show on for the crowd.
Well, if he was going to wake up, don't you think he maybe should try buttermilk instead of beer before a match?
This match has already left the confines of the squared circle as we are getting ECW chants here from the crowd.
I think there may have been a feeling that, you know what, that last match, that three-man did it all inside the ring. Now we're going to see Sandman and Sabu do it all outside the ring.
Now Sandman with that Singapore cane, accompanied to the ring by Todd Gordon, one of the founding fathers of ECW. Oh, and then the cane right across the forehead of Sabu.
We've now introduced a ladder into the proceedings. I'll be honest, the suplex! Suplexing the table onto the prone body of Sabu, as if the wild man from Bombay had not suffered enough in his career already.
Gentlemen, I have to ask you this. Is there any logic, a ladder in an open-air baseball stadium, or is just logic out the window right now?
Well, I heard it announced as a Singapore cane and a chair on a pole. I guess the logic being Sandman's the master of the cane, Sabu the master of the chair, but I didn't see them scale the ladder to use the weapons. It seems like the weapons were already in play, and it seems as if Sandman knows how to swing a chair as well.
And he's pretty good at swinging a chair. Sabu whips him in. Wait a minute. Oh, right into the steel chair goes the face of Sandman.
A drop toe hold, full force onto the forehead of the Sandman, and now Sabu laying in some heavy boots.
Oh! That Sandman moonsaulting off that middle rope over the chair onto Sandman. 1, 2. Oh, Sid.
And I gotta say, gentlemen, everything comes around in wrestling. That drop toe hold, shades of your old friend, Raven.
Well, I think Raven may have ripped it off from the hardcore legend Mick Foley himself. I believe I instituted that move into ECW, although I may be mistaken, because I certainly have ripped off a lot of moves myself.
Well, how everything comes around Hardcore Homecoming, you were there, and it was Raven, Sabu, and Sandman in the triple threat match.
It was? I thought it was Funk, Shane Douglas, and Sabu in a triple threat
I was wrong.
barbed wire.
I've been drinking.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, there he goes! Sandman upside down into that ladder that was propped up in the corner. You could see Sandman clutching his right ankle. But Sabu's going to give him no corner. Oh, leg drop with the chair.
There's only so much pain that a case of beer can anesthetize. Sandman really feeling it. I have a feeling the boys want to use the furniture.
We're having the table taken right from under us. It's Bill Alfonso whistle blowing with
I'm
that.
going to be all right here. I think you guys are going to go out of the table. I'm going to be all right for the future time being.
Now, Sandman on that table is now Sabu back into the ring.
There we go.
Oh my God! He just punched Sandman through that table. You've got to be kidding me!
Broken bat single to right field, Bender.
Trust me, as a guy who's been on the receiving end of that type of damage, there's nothing like seeing the sight of Sabu's body hurtling towards you, knowing he'll stop at nothing to put you through that table.
Using his body as a battering ram, just driving Sandman through that table.
No, that's right. Mick, you've been in hardcore matches before, right?
It reminds me of a rhyme I used in my book, Tales from Rescalane, where it said, both picked up young helpless Shayne and approved that they were able. Both the Dudley boys slammed. I messed up my own rhyme, but it had something to do with Abel and table. They picked up young helpless Shayne, slammed him through the table.
And that book is on sale at fine bookstores right now.
Well,
right?
no, I don't want to get a cheap plug in here, because this is a heck of a match. I know these guys both take pride in what they do. There was a feeling, I think, once in a while that, hey, is there going to be a letdown? Are they even going to bother to try to top the last match? Sandman prides himself on being a hardcore icon. Sabu prides himself on being the wildest man in the business. They're not going to let the fans down. They're not going to let themselves down. And they're certainly not going to let us down.
What kind of emotions does this kind of a match evoke for you, Mick Foley, on the sidelines, being used to being in these types of matches, being crowned the king of the death match, and now you're watching two of your friends involved in a match here at Ballpark Brawl?
I don't know if I go so far as to call Sandman my friend, but there's a guy who works hard. I look at it and I say, what the heck was I ever doing in that match? But these guys are going to put their bodies on the line.
Oh, Bulldog out of the corner, takes the face of Sabu right into that steel ladder.
That's got to be it.
Well, then you gotta remember, Sabu was off for almost a year following a back problem and staph infection, I believe. So, is he in ring shape? That's what I want to know.
The amazing thing is I saw Sabu several months ago. It looked like he'd never wrestle again, and now arguably he's back and better than ever.
Sandman, rolling senton, right out of the steel ladder, driving into the back of Sabu. And the ECW chants ring out here at Dunn Tire Park.
And that move is just flat out nuts, folks.
We've got ECW referee Jim Mahoney in there. The authority in this match.
Ballpark brawl! Ballpark brawl! Ballpark brawl!
Now Sandman takes that steel ladder, pops it up in the corner, fires away the southpaw, those left hands. Now Sabu fighting back. Those right hands taking Sandman off his feet.
I have a feeling we're going to see something we've never seen before. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, then into the chair.
Now, if Sabu can find it and recover, it's going to do. Oh, the Sandman just barely kicking out. Ivan, I'm sorry to intrude on your territory. I know that you're typically the color man here. I'm sorry that the hardcore legend's hogging the microphone.
Well, in your case, I'll cut you some slack, Mick. A little bit of slack.
We had 3 microphones to start with. Now we're down to 2, and I'm sure as hell not giving up mine for the likes of you.
I don't blame you. The wrestling fans of Western New York would probably thank you for taking a mic from me. But that's
I think we got to take our hats off, if indeed we were wearing them, to promoter Chris Hill for putting on this tremendous show.
Oh, his eagle's already swollen. Don't do that, Nick.
And now Sabu to the top. Oh, but Sandman catches him before he can inflict any more damage onto the Sandman. Now Sandman with that back elbow. Sandman still not able to take Sabu up that top rope now. To the top. Looks out to the crowd. Little hip gyration. Hurricanrana.
I could do without the sexual undertones there, to tell you the truth, but no denying that's a tremendous athletic feat.
Fonzie's in the ring.
For crying out loud, Fonzie.
Todd Gordon coming to help the Sandman.
Shayne to the ECW arena. Take him out, Todd.
You got a 5 count to get out of my ring, or else I'm gonna kick your ass. A 5 count.
Now Fonzie in.
He's a referee, Scotty. He can do that. He's a referee.
But not for this match.
Once a referee, always a referee.
3, 4.
Fonzie laying down the count on Gordon. He's not going anywhere. Oh, and then he kicks him right in another region. Oh, then a close
my goodness. And ass kicking was not to be had. Gordon choosing to kick at another part of the anatomy.
Sandman, I say it's time we give Chachi the Malachi Crush.
A
And if you
Malachi Crunch.
these fans out there know the Malachi Crunch.
Gordon calling for the Malachi Crunch.
Derby. Oh, then they give it a Malachi Crunch.
I can't believe you actually watched Happy Days, Bender.
I believe.
Oh! Sabu throwing the chair right into the face of an unsuspecting Sandman.
At one point, I believe, a maneuver used in an automobile. But this time, using improvisational skills, Todd Gordon and the Sandman have crunched.
Nick, did Dominic DiNucci ever teach you any of this in wrestling school?
This was not part of our curriculum. This is ad lib. This is a take it to the next level.
Oh, Sabu misses! Going for that leg drop with the chair. Sandman rolls off the table and Sabu right through the table of
the ring. With Arabian face, Buster, you had the right idea.
There is furniture strewn throughout the ring. Bodies strewn throughout the ring.
It's a car wreck out there, Mick. Oh, this is with a cane.
Sabu's got the cane. Oh my goodness. Down goes Bob.
Jim Marty, wait a minute. Rusted leg sweep with the cane. Mick Foley's in there. He makes the count. It's
Wait a minute.
over.
Wait a minute.
It's
Can he
over.
do that? Can he do that? Is he a legal ref?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh shit. Hey. You know, I was just a little bit hungover when I got off the plane here earlier today. I was up all night. You know, it's been a lot of years since I've been in this town. But I'll tell you what, when I came through that curtain, God damn if it didn't sound like Buffalo to me. Hey, don't you guys go nowhere. Stay here. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm still drunk. Yeah. Well, put it this way, Toster, it looks like you're driving the rent-a-car back to the hotel. Hey.
It won't be the first time.
Hi. Hey. Oh man. Oh my God, my ribs hurt. Hey, you know what? You guys just gave me a hell of an idea. Listen, I've warred with this man all over the planet. Hey, get back here. Get back here. I don't think you should leave this ring without drinking a beer.
Sabu with a beer.
Chug.
Is that
Chug.
his upbringing?
Chug. Chug. Chug.
Sabu chugging a beer right before our very eyes.
You know what? Sabu, in all honesty, thank you.
Show respect by two ECW alumni.
Yeah. I kind of made that decision and Sabu's going to drink a beer. Now I'm going to let you people make a decision. Should this ass of Fonzie, Chachi, Pinky Tuscadero, should she be allowed to drink a beer? Okay, that's right. Chug, chug, chug.
Fonzie's gonna chug a beer. There he goes.
Chug. Now, for the cheapest pop ever in the business, Mick Foley says he loves Buffalo. Now, if Mick Foley was in Cleveland, you think he would say he hated Cleveland? No, do you really think Mick Foley loves Buffalo? Well, that was a little 50-50 now. Do you really think Mick Foley loves Buffalo? Drink that beer. 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 Drink that beer.
Listen, I'd like to drink a beer with you, Sandman. I really would, but man, I got a lot of action figures on the market. I got a sock. I'm trying to appeal to the kids, so.
All
drink the damn thing, okay? Ready? Drink that beer. Drink that beer. Drink that beer. Drink that beer. Drink that beer.
His turn for an adult beverage. Budweiser, my favorite, Ivan.
And like he said, what a fine example we're setting for the youth of America, Major.
Chug. What are you, Joni? What are Chachi and Joni? Give me that goddamn beer back there.
It's alcohol abuse. Make it straight at you.
Oh, and now Sandman jumping the beer into the mouth of Mick Foley. I've seen this at a couple friend parties in my time, but never at a wrestling event, Ivan.
Well, he sure as hell didn't learn anything at Cortland State. He must have drank his way through.
Ivan won a ballpark.
That was a hell of a match. The Sandman, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we don't do hardcore that often on Brews and Bruises, but when we do it right. Am I right, Timbo?
When we do hardcore, we get hardcore.
That's-
And speaking of hardcore, let's talk about the beer of the night.
The beer of the night, we're talking about it, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting to that point of the year, actually. You know, the summer is winding down. Fall is going to be coming. And what is our favorite part of fall? None other than Oktoberfest. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. And tonight, the beer of the night is going to be none other than one of the greatest Oktoberfest, Goose Island Oktoberfest. Ladies and gentlemen, Goose Island Oktoberfest. You gotta check it out. The bite itself, it's not harsh. It's not as hardcore as, let's say, a traditional harder Oktoberfest beer. It is definitely, it's darker. It's got a full body. It's got a little bit of a nutty flavor to it. If you want to try some Oktoberfest, ladies and gentlemen, check out Goose Island IPA Oktoberfest. You'll love it, ladies and gentlemen. Check it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now a lot has gone down since we've been on the air, and, you know, let's talk about some of the things happening right now in wrestling. There's a lot of news going on, am I right or wrong? I mean, a lot of stuff happening. Jon Moxley.
Yeah.
What is going on?
He's got Mercer.
Oh my goodness. Mercer, ladies and gentlemen, is nothing to joke around about. I mean, that right there is some serious stuff. Did you see the video with Kenny Omega hearing it for the first time? It was almost like heartbreaking for him.
You know, that was like one of the key matches of that pay-per-view. It's their first real big pay-per-view before the launch of the company.
Very true.
He probably had some sort of big angle worked out for it. I don't think it was going to be like, you know, just one of the guys beat each other and nothing's happening. You know, it's going to lead into a storyline.
Exactly. I agree 100%. I think that this was going to build up to something bigger. And I think that's why it hit Kenny so hard, because now, you know, they have to go start from scratch. And I'm not going to lie, they did get a hell of a replacement with Pac.
They did.
That was unbelievable. I mean, I think the match, in my opinion, some may think I'm wrong, but I think the match will be even better with Pac against Kenny Omega.
I think it's going to be different.
Very different.
Like Kenny versus Moxley would have been more of like a street fight, a brawl.
Of course.
Hard hitting with some crazy high-flying maneuvers and submissions, stuff like that. Pac versus Kenny is going to be more like his and Okada matches. Very Japanese style.
Very true. I feel that it's going to be more of a Japanese style of fighting. I feel that it's going to be hitting some high points. I think that it's going to leave the audience wanting more. You understand? They're just going to be like, give me more of this, ladies. We need it. Because that's going to be a hell of a match. Guarantee it. That's going to be a hell of a match.
But I also think this could be a swerve.
Really?
Let's put it out on social media. Everyone thinks Moxley's sick. Not going to be able to be in the match. But he forcefully put out that false information just so he could interfere at the end of the match and do more damage to Omega. Like, make him come off more of like a cerebral sick son of a bitch.
That would make him a hell of a heel. But would it be worth it to change the entire first main event of that premiere event there and change it? I don't know if it would be worth it.
I think like they gave him a match the fans would be more excited to see. So it's not like they stepped down or sidestepped. Like, they kind of elevated the match a little bit.
Very true. Very true.
And originally, this was the original plan before Pac said it wasn't going to be at the first event.
Well, that's what I heard. The reason why it wasn't at the first event was due to travel restrictions.
Yes.
Which now I heard he has it all taken care of, and we're going to see what's going to happen with that. Hopefully, it doesn't happen again. But we'll see. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we also have some other fantastic news going on. First of all, Tony Schiavone being signed by AEW. Pretty unbelievable.
One of the most underrated guys in announcing and interviewing. I really liked his work in the late 80s in WWF. WCW, he was always great, whether it was NWA before it became WCW, or WCW all the way to the end when he went back after WWF. He was really good when he was able to freestyle and be himself. Anytime like Bischoff got in his ear, like when he made the Mick Foley comment, you could tell it sounded forced and he sucked. But when he could just shoot from the hip, he is good, and him with JR is going to be fucking fantastic.
That's what I think, honestly. I think that's going to be a hell of a team. I heard he was a little difficult to work with. That's what I heard. But I think if they can be on the same page, him and JR, I think we got pure gold. I will go on the record and say, yes, that is an elite team right there.
You got to remember, Marty, back then, they were both trying to shoot for the same thing. They were trying to get, both of them tried to get Bischoff's job before Bischoff got it. Both of them were trying to be the head producer, the head interviewer, the head, play-by-play guy.
Very true, very true.
Head commentator. They were fucking fighting it out for the same thing.
Exactly. And
So
now at this point, it's
they're both
like,
probably making big money,
of
and
course.
and they're both older and they're both mature, and it's like we don't have to compete here. When at Turner, everyone was, Jim Herd was running it.
Very
Bill
true.
Watts, there
Yes,
was
it was
turmoil
so,
all the time.
It was so crazy at that point. No one knew exactly what was going to happen at the next night. So now I think with All Elite, we're going to have some unbelievable commentary coming at you.
The best.
And it's going to be amazing, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to see what's going to happen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and on further news. Now, this is pretty wild. This actually blew my mind a little bit. Anyone who's a mixed martial arts fan knows of the man known as Cain Velasquez. Now, have you heard the brand new news saying that he's being eyed by New Japan Pro Wrestling? They're talking about bringing him in to start him full time. What do you think, Timbo?
I think that would be great by New Japan. They like that shoot style, multiple
Exactly.
time UFC champion. He just worked down in Mexico.
Triple A, and he was amazing down there. He was doing some high-flying moves that I couldn't even believe. For a rookie, he was able to do the stuff he was able to do. The Hurricane Rana that he pulled off was unbelievable. For a big man to pull off that move, it was amazing, ladies and gentlemen.
I know that when he trained at the WWE Performance Center, everyone was very high on them. They wanted to sign him. I don't think they would have signed him with Brock still being there.
Of course, you have that underlying tension.
He's fantastic. He's a super athlete, 2-time UFC champion.
Very true. I think right there you have on your hands a multi-million-dollar investment right there. Someone's going to bring butts into the seats, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be Cain Velasquez. Am I right, Timbo?
You're right. He did good numbers for the UFC. That's really, I love pro wrestling, but, with the clothing line, I'm very heavily involved with, mixed martial arts and many different promotions, PFL.
Exactly. You're involved with a lot of different things, and your clothing line, Spit the Truth, speaking on that, is coming out with something new. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we just, we launched our first sneaker last week on Thursday.
Really?
Yeah, pretty exciting thing. They're handmade over in Italy.
Handmade, Italy, that's pretty awesome.
It's like the shoe capital of the world. All the high-end footwear is made there.
That's what I heard. I heard that if you want to get the most beautiful leather and things of that nature, you're going to want to go in the vicinity of Italians. Not to toot my own horn, being of Italian descent, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, you
but
know how we do it by
they do it best, if you're asking me.
They take it seriously. Like, the leather over there, it's like in vaults and shit. Like, it's not easy to get to. Like, that shit's locked up.
That's very wild.
Now,
with this, you're building up everything. It's coming out very good. What can we expect from Spit the Truth?
You know, we're going to be dropping new T-shirts shortly. I didn't announce it, but now since we're here, I'm probably going to drop the second sneaker, the Spit the Truth 2.
Really?
And maybe the Spit the Truth 3 this week.
Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, you got to go and check it out. Spit the Truth shoes. And we're going to be watching for Spit the Truth 2 shoes and Spit the Truth 3 shoes, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be unbelievable. Check them out. They're amazing. They're comfortable as hell. You got to go and check them out, ladies and gentlemen.
Do it.
Now, speaking on new products that we have coming out, we do have a brand new Marty Stevens shirt, ladies and gentlemen. It is fantastic. You gotta check it out. ProWrestlingTees.com. Check it out on the Etsy shop, EAWMerchShop.com. You gotta check it out, ladies and gentlemen. It's very cool. It's right over here. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time for a little bit of Push Barry Fired! Alright, now ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be using tonight for Push Barry Fired. It's going to be a very special King of the Ring edition of Push Barry Fired. What we're going to be doing, we're going to be taking all of the remaining participants in the WWE King of the Ring tournament, and we're going to be either A, pushing them, we're going to be B, burying one of them, or C, firing one of them. Alright, so Timbo, why do you think you started off? Out of the remaining participants in the King of the Ring, who are you going to push?
I'm going to push Elias.
Really? So you're going to push Elias to win the entire thing?
Yeah, he's going to be in the finals. He's taking home the title. You could do a little bit with maybe the 24/7 rule belt in the tournament.
Very true. And you know what's so interesting about that? I actually just saw it today. You know, they made him lose that 24/7 belt. Yeah. They may be actually setting it up so he could win the King of the Ring.
I think he would be a great pick. He's got a great look for wrestling. He's got a great move. He's a great character. You know, the fans love him. They got to really start doing something with him.
Exactly. I will also add very underrated, my opinion.
I agree.
On that note, who are you going to bury in the King of the Ring? Eliminated first round out of the people.
McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre. You're going to be burying Drew McIntyre.
He could lose and it won't hurt him. You could have him go crazy after match. Take the guy out. There's rumors that they want the Undertaker to face him at SummerSlam. Not SummerSlam. And at an upcoming pay-per-view. And he takes out someone because they beat him with a quick roll-up. The Undertaker can come down, do the Undertaker thing, but then he can wrestle the Undertaker and that's going to elevate him. Of course, they haven't been using him right since he's been there.
So you're thinking that they're going to use this as a platform to advance the feud of the Undertaker versus Drew McIntyre?
Yes.
Because it's already started previously from this, and this would reignite it and move it forward. I could see that. I could see that happening. I'm not 100% in agreement, but I can definitely see it happening. Okay? And as far as firing, who would you fire from all the participants that are still...
Chad Gable.
Chad Gable! You would fire him, huh?
Yeah, they haven't done nothing for him, with him.
The Olympic wrestler.
I think he would do better outside WWE right now.
Really?
They haven't done nothing with him for a year and a half. He's an Olympic wrestler. He's the one who could have been Kurt Angle's son.
Well, I agree with you on that one. I definitely agree he should have been Kurt Angle's son.
But they trademarked the name Shorty G. They're going to start calling him Shorty G.
Shorty
G ain't going to win the WWE title or the WWE Universal title. You know that. I know that. With a gimmick like that, you ain't doing jack fucking shit.
I think that's an awful gimmick, and I do feel that they are setting him up to fail. But on the contrary, I would actually, if it was my tournament to run, I would actually use it to possibly give him a push. Maybe I would make him my big push. I would give him the push. I think he needs the push. I think they could build a whole storyline around him. And actually, if they wanted to, bring Kurt Angle back, not as a wrestler, but maybe as a manager, and have Kurt Angle manage Chad Gable. Why not? It'd be golden right there.
Yeah, and they could have did that, though.
They
Back
should
when they
have
said
done
Kurt
it.
Angle had a son, and it could have been the Olympic wrestler.
They should have done it. They didn't do it. I'm pushing, if it were my tournament, to have it done, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as far as being buried, who should be buried, I think I may catch some heat for this. Actually, I don't know, but as far as I'm concerned, I truly do believe that out of everyone that is left, I would probably bury The Miz, only because, ladies and gentlemen, let's be real here. He's moving more away from wrestling in my eyes. You know, he has his own reality show going on, and, you know, I think that as he gets older, clearly his role is going to be starting to tone down. He's going to be more of an interviewer, things of that nature. I don't see him building a company around The Miz, but maybe I'm wrong. That's what I would do. I would bury The Miz, possibly have him bring back up, but bury him for now.
Well, if I was The Miz, I'm glad you're not in WWE. The guy just bought a $3 million house in California.
There you go, you see?
And you want to bury.
That's what I would do. I would bury him. He could deal with it. He could handle it, I think. And as far as firing, who would I fire? Probably Shelton Benjamin. I think his time has passed, and I think he needs to go, unfortunately. You know, I hate to do it, but I got to say, see you later, Shelton. What do you think?
I think, you know, they brought him back and they really done nothing with him.
Exactly.
Kind of a shame.
That's my point.
You know, but they're not doing a lot of stuff with a lot of people.
Very true. I think there's an over-flooding of wrestlers right now in WWE, and that's hurting the product a little bit. But also, they're trying to make sure that all the other organizations, AEW,
aren't picking up people.
EAW, aren't picking up people. Correct, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I feel. Well, that's Push Berry fired. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you know, we had a hell of a show tonight. You know, Timbo, it was pretty wild, wouldn't you say?
I would say it was hardcore, but it's going to get even more hardcore. But not hardcore like you're thinking, Marty. Different kind of hardcore.
You know, you're right. We're going to have that coming to us straight from a brand new hardcore sensation known as Raven Black. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to go and check out their music and check out the new video they just sent for us. Check it out!
Hey Marty, this is Raven from Raven Black. We're here in New York. We just hope you guys all come out and check us out. We're doing a live show. We'll be back this summer. And don't forget to listen to Brews and Bruises.
You gotta check it out, ladies and gentlemen. This one is fantastic. Check it out! Wow, ladies and gentlemen, that was a little bit intense hardcore right there, but I'll say Raven Black, thank you guys. That was unbelievable. And you know what, Timbo? I think it's about that time of the night when we get in some Brews and Bruises, ladies and gentlemen.